MLB The Show 24. It is here. It's finally here. And today, I'm going to start you guys off right. If you are smart enough to be subscribed to this YouTube channel, we got you covered with one of the things. If you're a newer player, if you're learning Diamond Dynasty, one of the best modes that it's a bit of a grind if you're afraid to hop into online play right away, and that is Conquest. So make sure you like this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel and sit back. I'm gonna show you guys kind of the key tricks, what you can get from this map, how you can attack it somewhat quickly, because those packs early on in MLB The Show always carry their most value at the start. So let's hop right in. Your goal in any Conquest map is to take over all the territories, all these little spots that are built around the map. Now this map here is the biggest one you're going to see all year, but throughout the year you'll see various maps of various sizes giving you various rewards. And the nice part about Conquest, you can do this on any difficulty you want. If you are not comfortable on higher difficulties, you can play on rookie. If you're cool playing the computer on Hall of Fame or Legend, you can get through these quicker because you don't need to build up as many fans. For me personally, I like to play games on veteran. It allows me to not have to focus, and I personally find veteran easier than rookie. So what you're gonna be doing is you're gonna move yourself. You can see here, if I hit square on my PlayStation controller, every stronghold has a set number of fans. Strongholds are basically these logo hexagons, these logos locations. This is the stronghold for a team. If you go to take this spot, you do have to play a game of MLB. They're gonna be 3-inning games. Now the first thing I do anytime I go to a Conquest map is I'm gonna view the goals. So for me, I'm gonna hit triangle, and you can see everything here. The one thing I'm looking for is I'm looking for the phrase steal, and we'll talk about why we're looking for steal in a second. But the steal fans phase, you'll see it momentarily. I think it's a waste of time, so I only steal fans if I have a mission to do so. So scrolling down, acquire 50 million for a show pack, 100 million show pack, 150 million show pack, 100 territories, those individual hexagons, show pack, and some stubs and everything. 200 million, 5 packs, 200 territories, City Connect choice pack. Then you can see the strongholds. The strongholds are going to get paired up by division. Every division you get, you're going to get a card. So the West, you're going to get this AJ Pollock in center field. For the NL Central, Mark Melanson as a reliever. NL East, Orlando Cepeda at first base. The AL West, Troy Percival in your pen. The AL Central, Carlos Rodon for your rotation. The AL East, David Ortiz as a DH and a first baseman. If you notice, I'll pull David Ortiz back up. These are core cards. If you look at the top left, these are core cards. So these are cards you're going to be able to use all year. You're going to be able to use at any season reset. You give yourself some guaranteed diamonds right off the rip. Also, more than likely, there's going to be collections throughout the year where having core cards helps you get something better. So you might as well grab these cards. As you go further down, 300 million fans is going to be a 10 bundle with a silver topper. 300 territories is going to get you a banner and some stubs. Bill Mazeroski is going to be your reward for all the National League strongholds. Jim Rice is going to be your reward for all the American League strongholds. Core cards yet again. And then when you beat everything, you take all the team strongholds on the map, you're gonna get this 89 Stan Musial, again, core card. So when seasons reset, you know that, especially if you're good with Stan Musial, you got an 89 sitting there while you reset your power creep and get the cards back up. And then when you get all the territories conquered, you're gonna get a 20 bundle. This mission is repeatable, so if you want to sit and grind this map over and over, you can get 20 bundles over and over. The reason I think that this is such a good thing to do at the start of the year, packs have their highest value to start MLB The Show. People are trying to complete the collections quick. The player base is going to be at its most extensive, so prices tend to be up on the live series cards at the start of the year. So getting all those packs is a huge help. There are also hidden rewards throughout the map. So as we're moving around the map, various spots and locations, sometimes individual territories, sometimes these logo locations, these strongholds have hidden rewards. All Conquest maps will have these. Sometimes the hidden reward is just a show pack. Sometimes it's some stubs and XP. As we get later into the year, it could be some choice packs. So again, you need to conquer every territory anyway. you're gonna earn some extra things along the way to be able to build up your team early, build up your stubs early. So if you're gonna do Conquest, especially this Nation of Baseball, the sooner you can do it, the more value you have. So let's go ahead and talk about how I go about my attack. The first thing I'm gonna do at the start of any map is I'm gonna surround my stronghold. So I'm just gonna build this barrier for myself. The reason is I want a layer of defense. The way we're gonna go attack strongholds, technically the computer would be looking to do the same thing to you. So I'm gonna first thing is build this outer layer. So I'm gonna use turn 1 to just however much of a protective force field I can build. I'm gonna do. And you can see now I'm on to the steel fan phase. When we looked at the missions, there was not a single steel fans mission. You do want to check that. Last year, I think only 1 or 2 maps had it. You used to get steel fan missions a lot. That is no longer the case. If you don't see the steel fans mission, skip this phase. It is not worth it. What you would do is you would pick an opponent to steal from, you would play on a difficulty, and you can see the numbers there. How high of a difficulty we play is how many fans we steal for a win. And it's, in my opinion, just not worth it. So the Mariners, you know, using them as an example, we could do the Rockies as well. If you played the Rockies on All-Star, you beat them, you take 3 million fans from their stronghold, leaving 4 here, making this easier to attack. However, the added game time just really isn't worth it. So what I like to do at this point is just build out. There's all this open area. The more open area I can fill, the more fans I get per turn. So I'm gonna skip that steel fans phase and go to the reinforce phase. At this point, if you look at the bottom left, it says 4 reinforcements remaining. The more territories you own, the more reinforcements you're gonna get per turn. So as you get towards the end of this map, you're gonna get 80, 90 fans, up to 99 million reinforcements, or just 99 if you don't feel like saying million every time. This is where my strategy differs from some other people. Some people like to load up a lot of spots. So if you look at how the Rockies have 2 protected here, you can see the Twins have 2 here, 2 here, Brewers have 2 here, 2 here. People tend to spend a lot of their reinforcements protecting, but if you're taking territories, as long as you leave 1 layer of protection, you're fine. The other thing is you don't want to attack in a straight line. So in this case, I'm gonna come up here. I'm gonna put 4 right here and move to the move phase. Now in this case, we're not gonna do anything. We basically, let's say we had 3 million right here. What I could do, let's pretend we got 3 here. Anything that's connected to a stronghold, I can move fans. That logo location. So if there's a break over here, let's say I've got this territory right here that I'm highlighted on, but the Rockies are between us. I could not feed reinforcements here because there's no direct connection to a stronghold. But for us, for this case, we don't need it. So we go ahead and we can hit start. We can skip to the attack phase. And again, I'm just gonna come up here. I'm gonna take some territories, but I'm not gonna move in a straight line. I'm not gonna go straight out here. I'm gonna wrap myself down. This is where what I just call my semicircle strategy kicks in. I am looking to expand, and I'm looking to do so while protecting my layers here. So I want to operate in a half circle. So I'm essentially expanding out, going down like this, going up like this, and wrapping around. So obviously we don't have as many fans, but an example of this would be the next turn I can load up right here, and that's what we're about to do. So let's go ahead and just do it. I'm gonna load up my fans right here, and I'm gonna start here, and I'm gonna go until I can't go left anymore, and then try to work up. Now, if they put a blocker here, I'll just adjust my semicircle and I'll go down. But if they go up, we cover that. And then the next turn, since we were down here, we'll go up on the next one. So let me get some territories. We're gonna go until there's really no open territory to deal with, and then we're gonna start attacking somebody else. All right, so as we made our moves, we had one more little turn we were gonna do before we attack somebody. We got our first hidden reward. So for just landing on this territory right here where that 2 is, we got a hidden reward. In this case, it was a show pack. There's gonna be rewards like that hidden throughout this map. And like I said, as the year goes, those rewards may become more expensive or power to your bank, but at the start, it's gonna be a lot of show packs. It's gonna be a lot of Stubs and XP, maybe a jersey, things like that. But we're gonna go ahead and take this territory. And now that, in this case, we've got ourselves that protection, right? We've got these layers here. You can see it's a bunch of ones. I might lose a territory here or there, but as long as I'm paying attention, I don't need to layer this with 2, 3, 4 fans on every single one of these. One is just fine. And now we're getting closer to the point where I'm looking to take a stronghold. So usually Minnesota or Colorado make a lot of sense at the start. They're right there. The Cubs would be another one based on how I'm positioned. The Royals are another one. So what we're gonna do is I am now gonna get ready to go after, let's do Colorado, because we can take Colorado and then we can expand into open territory if we so choose. So what I'm gonna do right here is I'm gonna load up here and I'm gonna do this first attack and simulate. Now you can play those, but I simulate. Now in this case, you'll see it here. So they attack a few of our fans, so we're down to 6. Right now, I could play this game on All-Star. The difficulty of the game is dependent on how many fans you have in comparison to what you're trying to take over. All-Star for me, I could play on and probably win 85-90% of the time without too much thought. But Veteran, I win probably 98% of the time without too much thought. So what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna attack this turn. I'm not gonna go after the stronghold this turn. So I'm gonna take more territory. I see all these ones up here that I can go after. So let's just give myself more territory here. So again, I'm creating that outer layer. In this situation, the semicircle is over on the left side from us. So I'm just gonna come up here and cover that outer layer. Take this territory, boom. We're sitting at 8, but we've taken some territory. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna load right here and I'm gonna load 10 fans, which puts me at 11 total because 1 was already sitting there. Now that I'm in the attack phase, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna look, I'm still on All-Star, so I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna do the same thing, and I'm gonna now attack their territories. I'm gonna weaken them down, steal some stuff from them. But now that I'm on this edge, I just wanna get more territories. We're gonna get this spot. I just wanna get the difficulty on Veteran before I play the game, just because it makes it a little easier for me. So now, just for the sake of getting territories and trying to get more fans for my reinforcements, rather than go into battle against all these singles, I'm just gonna go into this open area here and I'm gonna wrap. I'm gonna come up top here. I'm gonna get to this edge. The computer's gonna fight the computer. At any point during the computer battles, you can hit square on PlayStation to skip forward, boom. And you can see right here, I'm just wrapping up, taking some extra territories. So again, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna now have 13 fans. I reinforce, bang. And there's a goal completed. We've got 50 million fans. We get another pack. We get 100 Stubs, we get 100 XP, nice and easy. So yet again, I'm at 14, I look, bam. I now have the difficulty on Veteran. So I'm gonna load into this game, put my little headset on, take some swings. You guys are gonna skip forward in time and you're gonna see us bring home this stronghold. Let's get it. Now, when you go to take a stronghold from your opponent, you are gonna play in their stadium. So in this case, we're trying to take over the Rockies. So we are on the road at Coors Field. 90% of Conquest is going to be road games. If you did it really well, 100% of your games in Conquest are road games. You're only the home team if the computer tries to attack you and your stronghold. And if you build that outer layer like we just did, you don't got to worry about it. So quick update here. We're in this first game. And if you look, top of the first, nobody out. We're up 4-0. Now, if you're playing these Conquest games, if you have this success, there's nothing wrong with running up the score. You could build up more XP for the XP path. You get PXP for the cards in your lineup. But for the purpose of speed, if you're trying to just beat these Conquest maps as quick as possible, there's nothing wrong. Once you get comfortable, just come up to the plate, bunt the ball. I can just bunt the rest of the way here. That time I don't even put a bunt down. But I can bunt here, get out quicker, or like that if I don't even make contact. It just gets us a strikeout, gets us to move forward. And I'm actually gonna not tag up, get the double play. It allows you to speed up the games. We're up by 4. For me, if I'm up by more than 2 runs, I feel confident, especially on Veteran. If I'm up 1 run, I won't do this because mistakes happen. Yeah. Nice. Nice. Let's go. All right, so we lock up the win with a perfect relay throw. A little 6-0. I couldn't help myself. I hit a couple home runs after that first inning. But now that we have beaten Colorado, let's take a look at the map. We have taken that stronghold away from the Rockies. All right, so coming back to the map, the first thing we get for that stronghold is a hidden reward. We get a throwback Rockies jersey that we can toss on. But now you can see we own this stronghold. This is us. Rockies do still have these territories, but for all intents and purposes, they're eliminated from the process. This also now becomes a connecting point for us. So when I mentioned moving fans and where you're placing them, you can move them to where you're connected to a stronghold. Now we have 2 strongholds. We've got 2 points of connection. So if someone came in here and took like this little area to split this divide, we could still connect because we'd have this stronghold to connect to. And over here, we would still have this stronghold to connect to. So the thing I'm gonna do after I take a stronghold is I'm gonna immediately form a circle. If you recall at the start, we surrounded ourselves with the other one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna exit out of my stronghold, assuming I've got leftover fans to do so. And I'm just gonna form as much of that outer ring as possible. And there's a couple different ways you could go about your next turn. You could come here and build out the layer this way. You could build out a layer over here to the right and go after the Twins next. For me, what I see right away is 4 territories that we can just grab completely unopposed. And I'm gonna grab as much of this empty territory as I can. If I see empty territory in a map, usually I'm gonna try to go out of my way to get it. But again, we don't wanna move in a straight line. But if you look over at our base stronghold, the Twins have pushed in a little bit. I'm not worried. All that means is the next turn, I'm just gonna push back. So I'm gonna come down here and I'm gonna go ahead and work to build that depth underneath our new stronghold. Attack down, circle down, and again, I'm gonna go until I run out of fans. We're gonna load ourselves up one last time for the video. We saw a little push get made on us here, so all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna load this up. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna attack down, I'm gonna wrap up, and our next plan would be to go at the Twins. So I'm gonna move myself up here, get in position to do just that. We bought ourselves a little space. You can see there are 2 fans here. So the turn after this one, I'm gonna start right here in the stronghold, and I'm gonna attack out. But for now, we're gonna get up, load it up to the Twins. And now that I'm connected to it, I'm gonna take a look. I play it on All-Star, so I'll go ahead and use the rest of the turn to just take what territories I can get my hands on. And the thinking here is when I do take the Twins, I'll beat the Twins and exit out right here and be able to get more territories in that turn. The Twins are ready to be attacked. We're gonna expand out. We've got the Royals right here, the Cubs right here. We could go left up top on the west, get the Mariners, but you get the gist of it. You can see we've kind of built a surrounding. We built that semicircle up. We're working to build that semicircle down and to the side. If you expand yourself out multiple directions, you will gradually take over this whole map, get these rewards, get a ton of packs, and hopefully, fingers crossed, pull you a Shohei Ohtani. So if you feel like this helped you out, or if you go, well, I know Conquest, but I still enjoyed the video, leave that video a like. It's a new year for us. We're trying to make a big impact in the community this year on YouTube. Come check us out on Twitch sometime. Link is in the description. And if you have not, subscribe to the channel. We're going to be showing a lot of No Money Spent content this year. I'm going to let you guys join in my No Money Spent journey. So that's actually the next video you're going to see on this channel. You'll be seeing a bunch of different team builds and videos even outside of Diamond Dynasty. We're going to have a ton of fun with MLB The Show 24. And hopefully we make Conquest a little bit easier for you to digest so you can take over America. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Toodles.